Wait a second, this is a 2-part video. The first part can be found on my channel, so go watch that first before watching this video. But today we're going to be talking about a couple verses in a book, and we're going to be having a discussion. We're going to be analyzing it together, and let's see what we read. They even tried to degrade him a little bit by saying, is this not Mary's son? The son of Mary? They didn't even mention his father, which back then was a sign of like disrespect. If you didn't know, like, it's like saying we don't know who the father is of this man, and now he's coming back to our city to teach us and educate us and try to elevate us. Who does he think he is? Why does he have the audacity to do this? So they were just finding any type of way to discredit him for what he had become at that point in time. People will do that. People will do that because they're scared to put in the work themselves. They're scared to grow themselves. They want you to be at their level. They want to bring you down to their level because they're scared. They don't want to be pressured to that standard because they know if their neighbor is pressured and influenced to be just like a great individual, little by little, it's a domino effect. And then the next person is influenced by the other to be great, and then the next person, and the next person, and then eventually the average person is going to be the, what's it called? Average people are going to be rare at some point, and then that's going to force them to have to raise their standard, or else they're going to be left behind. So that's why people do it subconsciously. They don't even know they're doing it, but that's what they do. And they were offended at him. They didn't like the fact that he came back to teach, educate his people, and give back. They didn't like the fact that he had a greater mission than himself. They didn't like the fact that he possessed qualities and abilities that others did not have. They did not like it. That to me smells like jealousy. And you can't control that. People will feel that way. It is not up to you to control that. It is up to you to manage it. But your responsibility is to believe over all these doubters. Because life is full of doubters. Life is full of doubt. Nobody can be 100% certain of anything. But you could be 100% certain of there being haters and there being doubters in this life, in this world. So you have to learn how to manage that and persevere. I just want to take a second to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button if you got some value from this video, so we could reach more people and help out with the YouTube algorithm. Now, this is how Jesus himself reacted to their own rejection. From verses 4 to 6, this is what it says. It says, "But Jesus said to them, a prophet is not without honor except in his own country, among his own relatives, and in his own house." Now he could do no work there, except that he laid his hands on a few sick people and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. Then he went about the villages in the circuit, teaching. So let's break that down. He said a prophet is not without honor except in his own country. Jesus knew. This man knew that they were not going to accept him. That he accepted the rejection for what it was, because he knew that not everybody was going to be ready to take in the knowledge. It says he could do no mighty work there, even though he had special abilities and healing powers. Right there in his hometown, he had no ability to do that, to do the mighty work. Why? Why would it be that a great individual had no ability to do the mighty work in his hometown? In a place full of doubters, in a place full of non-believers. how are things supposed to happen for you if you do not believe? How are you supposed to start the process if you do not believe first? Why would you take a step forward if you did not believe? You see, these people blocked their own blessings. Jesus came back to his hometown, ready to give and dish out the knowledge and use those healing powers for his people. But they did not believe, even after having multiple accounts of his healing power, of his abilities, of his wisdom. They did not believe. And because they did not believe, they blocked their own blessings. Because they did not believe, he was not able to do the mighty work in his hometown. He was not able to participate or partake in those healing. He was not able to demonstrate and showcase his healing power ability. It's crazy how that works. And what's even more crazy is how consistent it holds, how consistent it stays even to this day. Because it's been true for my life personally. I've met people, or I've encountered people who I believed initially would receive my ideas and my thoughts with grace, with happiness. But the complete opposite happened. And I always ask myself, why? This gives me the answer. It's always been this way. And it will always be like this. If a man like Jesus had his doubters, why would I not have my own? I'm nothing compared to a man like Jesus. I'm working towards that goal, towards that destination. I want to be as close to him as possible. I am nothing compared to him. So why wouldn't I myself have haters and doubters and non-believers in my mission, in my life? It's going to happen. People are not going to believe in you. They're not going to believe in your story. They're not going to believe in your wisdom, in your knowledge. They're not going to believe in the time you put in to improve, to change for the better. They're not going to believe. That's only because they don't believe in themselves. Understand that. It's not anything you're doing wrong. It's just the way things are. And the last part was, well, before the last part, it says he marveled because of their unbelief. And this is interesting because marveled was like him being shocked, him being amazed that they were not believers. And why would he be shocked if he knew they weren't going to believe? He was shocked because, again, there were multiple accounts of his healing power. If he were to have a resume, he would have had all these experiences listed. And still, people having that resume, still people said, nah, this guy's not it. So, that is surprising, man. For you to show and come up to someone and be like, look, man, this is my history. I got experience in this, this, and that. You know, I got experience in changing tires. I could change yours here right now. And like, nah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you can change tires, honestly. You don't look like a guy that could change. You don't look like the guy that could change tires, so yeah, I don't want to work with you. I'm not going to work with you. It's astonishing how people choose to act. It really is. And the last part says, he went about the villages in a circuit teaching. And this, I feel, is the most important takeaway from all this. The key points. And still, after all the doubts, still after all the hates, he continued his mission. He did not falter. he did not fold. He kept going. And he was strong. His mind was strong. His faith was strong. His beliefs were strong. He was there to teach. He came back as a rabbi. He was once a carpenter. And he still had those skills. Once you develop some skills, you don't lose them unless you stop using them, of course. But he became a rabbi to start his ministry. And when he encountered the doubters, he remained strong. And he continued his teachings. Mi gente, this is what you have to do with your life. When people hate, go even harder. Demonstrate that you can do it. But don't do it out of hate. Don't do it to prove anybody wrong. Do it for yourself, but do it for the world as well. Because when you can do it, you encourage other people and influence other people to do it themselves. They understand that if someone like you can do it, they can do it themselves. Because some people identify themselves with you. And you may not be aware of it, but we are beings of influence. We are influenced by our environment. So when the people around us are great, we have a higher probability of being great ourselves. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. I spent so much time and energy to post this content for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you got some value from it. It's been your boy Guatemaltecan. You can see more right here. I really just wanted to let you know that you are special. You are able to master your life if you really wanted to. You're able to achieve anything your heart desired. You just have to go after it. I believe in you. All right, man. I'll see you right here. Let's go.